They told me if I worked hard, I would be free. That one day, after all the sweat, all the sleepless nights, all the sacrifices, I would finally sit down, breathe, and feel enough. I believed that lie for more than 60 years of my life. And now, at 85, sitting in a quiet room filled with things I once thought mattered, I can finally say it out loud. Hard work did not make me free. It made me blind. You see, when I was a young man, I thought money was the reward for effort. I thought the world was fair, that if I gave more, I would receive more, that if I sacrificed today, tomorrow would take care of me. That's what they tell you, isn't it? Study hard, work hard, stay loyal, and life will eventually bow its head in respect. But life doesn't bow. It keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. I remember my first job. I was barely 20. I woke up before the sun, worked until my hands ached, and came home with just enough money to eat and sleep, and then do it all over again. But I was proud. Oh, I was so proud, because I believed I was building something. I believed I was climbing. What I didn't realize was that I was running on a treadmill, not climbing a mountain. Every year I worked harder. I said yes to every opportunity, every overtime shift, every extra responsibility. I thought saying no meant weakness, laziness, failure. I watched others rest, spend time with their families, laugh without guilt, and I judged them silently. I thought, they don't understand life like I do. They're wasting time. But now, I see it clearly. They were living, and I was postponing my life. There was a moment, I still remember it like a scar that never healed. My son, he must have been 7 or 8, came to me with a drawing in his hand. His eyes were bright, hopeful, waiting. He said, "Papa, look what I made for you." And I, without even turning my head fully, said, "Later, I'm busy." Later. Do you know how dangerous that word is? Later is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. Later I'll rest. Later I'll spend time with them. Later I'll enjoy what I've earned. Later I'll live. But later quietly turns into never. I didn't see that drawing until years later, tucked inside an old box after he had grown, after he had stopped bringing me his world in small, colorful papers. And when I finally held it, my hands trembled, not because of age, but because of regret. It was a picture of me holding his hand. A moment I was too busy to actually live. You think hard work is noble, and it can be, but only when you know what you're working for. I didn't. I was working for an idea, a promise, a future that kept moving further away the closer I got to it. Every time I earned more, my needs grew faster. A bigger house, a better car, more responsibilities, more pressure. The money increased, but so did the distance between me and peace. No one tells you this, but money has a strange hunger. The more you feed it, the more it demands. And if you're not careful, you start feeding it your time, your relationships, your health, your soul. I told myself I was doing it for my family. That was the story I held on to, the excuse that made everything feel justified. I'm doing this for them, I would say, as I missed birthdays, as I skipped dinners, as I slowly became a stranger in my own home. Tell me, what kind of love only exists in absence? Years passed, quietly, like pages turning in a book you forgot you were reading. My children grew up. My wife, she stopped asking me to sit with her in the evenings. At first she would wait, then she would remind, then she would sigh, and eventually she stopped expecting anything at all. Silence replaced her words, and silence is not peace, it is distance. By the time I realized what I had lost, I had already made it. I had the money, the house, the respect. People called me successful. They looked at me with admiration, as if I had figured something out that they hadn't. But inside, there was an emptiness I couldn't explain, because success without presence is just a well-decorated loneliness. I remember sitting at the dining table one night, a long table, filled with food, but empty of connection. Everyone was there, but no one was really there. Conversations were short, polite, distant, and in that moment, it hit me. I had spent my whole life building a life I didn't know how to live in. That's the bitter truth they never tell you about hard work and money. Hard work without awareness turns into escape. Money without purpose turns into burden. And time, the one thing you think you're buying, is the one thing you're actually spending. You think you're working to save time, but you're trading your present for a future that is never guaranteed. I used to believe that one day I would slow down, that there would be a moment, a clear finish line, where I could finally say, now I can rest. But life doesn't give you that moment. It doesn't announce, you've done enough. It just keeps going. And if you don't stop yourself, it will carry you all the way to the end, without ever asking if you're happy. At 85, I have time now, too much of it, the kind of time I used to dream about, the kind of time I sacrificed everything for. And do you know what I would give to go back? Not to earn more, not to build more, not to achieve more, but to sit on that floor next to my son and look at his drawing, to hold my wife's hand when she was still reaching for mine, to laugh without checking the time, to live without feeling guilty for not working. You see, the world teaches you how to earn a living, but it never teaches you how to live. It glorifies exhaustion, praises sacrifice, and calls it ambition. It tells you that if you're not tired, you're not trying hard enough, that if you're not busy, you're falling behind. But behind what? Where are we all running to? I ran for so long, I forgot to ask where I was going. And when I finally stopped, I realized I had already passed everything that mattered. Listen to me, not as an old man, but as someone who has already lived the life you're building right now. Do not confuse motion with progress. Do not confuse money with meaning. Do not confuse sacrifice with love. Because one day you will wake up, and the things you postponed will no longer be waiting for you. Your children will grow without needing you. Your partner will learn to live without you. Your body will remind you that time was never yours to control. And your money will sit quietly, unable to buy a single moment back. If I could give you one truth, just one, it would be this. Life is not something you build later. It is something you live now, or you miss it completely. Work, but know why you are working. Earn, but know what is enough. And most importantly, stop believing that your worth is measured by how much you sacrifice, because the people who truly love you never wanted your success. They wanted you. And that is something no amount of hard work can replace. So when you leave this room, when you step back into your busy life, I want you to ask yourself something simple, something honest. If everything you are working for came true, but you lost the people you love along the way, would it still be worth it? Or would you sit where I am now, surrounded by everything you chased, and realize you were chasing the wrong thing all along?